Massive inflation is coming if the Democrats win. Massive, like you haven't seen, man. I'm telling you right now, if the Democrats win, it's going to get ugly. It's just a fact. Kamala has already said she wants to ban fracking. No, she did not. Yes, she has. She said in 2019. She says in 2020. Explicitly, she said that. No, she doesn't want to ban it, though. Yes, she does. The reason she's saying she doesn't because she needs Pennsylvania. If Kamala doesn't win Pennsylvania, she can't win. That's all there is to it. So being anti-fracking is a big negative in this election cycle. But you think the anti-fracking people are just hiding and they changed their ways? No, let me show you something here. You know what fracking is, right? All right, horizontal fracturing, where you're getting to sources that previously we could not be got before because you come from a side and get access to that shale gas and that's down there, natural gas, which is clean because everyone hates CO2. Of course, we pump CO2 into greenhouses. It's weird. Plants love CO2, but everyone hates it. Stupid CO2. I love CO2. Give me some CO2. And with the issue here is natural gas is used for electricity generation. It's reliable. It's cheap. We got abundance of natural gas. We don't have to freaking strip mine for coal. Natural gas is where it's at. Nuclear is best, obviously, but it's going to take years and years and years to ramp up nuclear. Natural gas we have access to. The Marcellus Shale in Pennsylvania is the biggest source of natural gas we have. Check this out. 3 major shale regions compared. Just 3 shale plays in the U.S. are responsible for producing 59% of all the U.S. natural gas. Just 3. They're the Marcellus, right there, in Appalachia. They're the Permian, right there, in Tejas. And they're the Haynesville, Louisiana. And just one of those 3, the Marcellus, produced a third of all natural gas in the U.S. A third. This one right there, the Marcellus Utica. The U.S. Energy Information has a high-level overview of the production for each of the top 3 gas producers. Appalachia, right there. Look at that. Almost twice that of Permian. Almost triple that of Haynesville. Look at that. Almost as much as the rest of the United States put together other than those other 2. That's how big of a deal it is. In 2020, U.S. natural gas production increased 2% and reached 118 billion cubic feet per day, the highest on record. This is in 2021. These 3 regions drove 59% of gross withdrawals compared to 24% in 2011. Annual change in U.S. natural gas production, Haynesville, Permian, Appalachia. The rest of the United States, a lot less. Down, 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 right there. Eagle Ford, look at that. Bakken, look at that. Appalachia, that's Marcellus. Not just heels up. She wants to get rid of fracking. There are many in the loony left that want to do too. In fact, if Pennsylvania loses its GOP state Senate majority, Marcellus is done for. It's done for, right? Check this out. Anti-fracking Nazi Nicole Riscuto. She's a Democrat challenging for the state Senate seat in the Pennsylvania's 37th district, which is right outside Pittsburgh in Allegheny County, right? Her career has been taking on fracking companies. She has a background that includes taking on fracking companies, but climate policy and environmental issues are not the forefront of her public-facing priorities. Why? Because she says she has to win. It hasn't taken a back seat. I've got to win, she says. But here's the Sierra Club. If we could get 3 Democrats, in which they'll take over the Senate majority of Pennsylvania, right here, the GOP has a 28-22 Senate majority. If the Democrats could win 3 seats, 3, that's it. Right here. If we could get 3 seats, we could pass serious climate legislation in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which is anti-fracking. This loony left lady, Riscuto, began her political career as a councilwoman in Jefferson Hills, where the borough successfully challenged fracking expansion. All right. We fought EQT and won. Industry is important for Pennsylvania, but it can't happen where it's going to be a hazard. But the victory doesn't appear in her bio. Isn't that weird? While definitive polling data on support for natural gas production is hard to come by, Republican campaigns are using Democrats' past statements opposing fracking as a political cudgel, 100%. Like, it's a rich girl. She got money coming out of her wazoo. That's all these leftists. They always got money. The poor people don't have money because we can't afford higher electricity prices. And natural gas is what we use for electricity production, right? Let's take a look. How much electricity is produced by natural gas? Let's take a look. You ready? EIA, the Energy Information Administration, in 2023, about 4.178 billion kilowatt hours, or 4.18 trillion kilowatt hours. Oh my goodness, 4.18 trillion kilowatt hours of electricity were generated. 4.18 trillion kilowatt hours. About 60% of the electricity generation came from fossil fuels: coal, natural gas, petroleum, other gases. 19% was from nuclear. 21% was from renewable energy sources, which includes, of course, hydro, biomass, not photovoltaic, and wind. That's part of it, but you always overlook. Oh, that's from biomass. That's I always say it's from solar and wind. No, the majority of it is from biofuels and freaking hydro. How much was it? Oh, 43% of electricity generation came from natural gas. 43%. Nothing even comes close. Coal is 16.2, nuclear is 18.6, wind is 10.2, hydro is 5.7, solar is 3.9. Look at that. Biomass is 1.1. Nothing comes close to natural gas. So what do you think happens when you get rid of Marcellus, which is the biggest purveyor of natural gas by far, with electricity prices? And what happens when electricity prices go up? What do you think happens to prices as a whole? You want to take a guess? That's massive inflation. If you haven't kicked in your pants because you don't like Trump's tweets, Trump, he scares me. Yeah, you better like your cheap electricity because it's going. You're not following what's going on in Germany, are you? Yeah, this is no joke, man. You like cheap electricity, which you should, because we're a first world country. You doggone better like natural gas. You like natural gas, you doggone better like Marcellus. That's a doggone fact. If you like natural gas and like Marcellus, which you should, you doggone better like fracking. It's a big deal. Vote in your local state election as well. Now, thankfully, and this guy says, we have it, oh, right here, by the way, William CEO, natural gas is 5 times cheaper than crude oil. Just want to throw that out there to you. Thankfully, we've only had once in 30 years where Pennsylvania had an election where it went all Democrats. That was when Clinton won in 92. So we had Democrat Senate, Democrat House, and Democrat governor. And they hadn't had that since then, thankfully. Republicans have had 12 times where they had the majority in all 3 chambers. But just 3 votes away, dude. 3 votes away. That's no joke. You don't want inflation? You better vote for the Republicans. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts. Paw the like button.